if I hold tab on the Shenanigang SMP, that yellow number next to my name indicates how many deaths that we have had. And I have had 0, which has resulted in the other members of the server trying to kill me to get my first death. Now, do I know when it's going to happen? No. Do I know how they're going to do it? No. Do I know that it's going to happen? Yeah, that's about all I know, is that they are actively trying to kill me to get my first death. And the problem with that is that I don't have villagers, so that if I do lose my armor, right here, I don't actually know what I just did there, but if I lose my armor, I don't have a way to get it all back. And I don't really feel like staying in the end grinding enchantment tables. So I want to get a villager trading hall. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I can pull off, squeezing a bunch more villagers in this little tiny area. And the problem with expanding this area is that, well, it's literally like right up on the surface. It's not very, very good. But if I go down here, there is an area over here that I actually was supposed to be my storage room. And then I realized I didn't want to have to go through a hole underground with villagers just to get to my storage room, so then I moved it over there. But this project here was still, it's still here, as you can see. Yes, abandoned, but still here nonetheless. Now, in my personal opinion, I think that we can just kind of change this up a bit. You see, this was built back before I didn't know what theme I wanted to go for my island. I mean, if I just take a quick look at my island, there might be some things like over here I technically did spruce and whatnot, but the main theme of the island is stripped dark oak logs with cobbled deep slate. So I want to keep that going here, but I do like this kind of area where, there's like the pillars and then the gap here. Like I can easily see the villagers going here on each side, and then they kind of can go further. Now, I'm thinking of doing that as well. So the first thing that we're gonna have to do is quickly redecorate, and before we can actually, start doing the villagers. What I might actually do is I might keep the villagers here, but instead of keeping these villagers here, I might leave this as like a breeder, and then that way what I can do is have them, keep them here, feed them every now and again, and maybe have it so that the baby villager can actually go down here and will end up in, I don't know, like a minecart right here or something. And then we can obviously, put them in the little slots for whatever we want them to be. However, as you can see, there's a little bit of a doorway right here. Now, I want to keep that, and what I plan on doing is there's a little bit of a trick that I still need to fully learn, but basically, there's a way where you can get infinite emeralds, where if you buy glass from I'm pretty sure it's the librarian, you can sell it at the cartographer, or you can turn it into glass panes, and then sell it at the cartographer, and you can technically get more emeralds, and it's an infinite cycle that you can do as well. So I want to have this back wall here be an entire hallway, kind of just lead to another version, like another room like this, except in the room is going to only be the 2 villagers. One side I want filled with librarians that I will sell glass for. On the other side are going to be cartographers, and there's going to be, some storage in the middle, I'm thinking, as well. So we have a lot to do, but first I must gather some resources. Alrighty, we have found some stuff that I found, like basically a bunch of random stuff in my chest that are all spread out, and I know that I have a storage system, but I don't really do a good job at keeping things organized, so I'm going to do better at that. But I also did get some oak log and some dark oak leaves as well. So I think that it's time that we start with the building process, shall we? Alrighty, I've done some work. Nothing too fancy, you know, just something honestly kind of simple in my honest opinion. I haven't done anything out here yet because I still don't know what I'm gonna be doing with this entire like little part here, so I just kind of left it for now. But in this room, it is different to say the least. I mean, you guys might recognize it, but let's go ahead and open it. So I kept a lot of it the same. I mean, all of these here, like this little section here, these are all of the same. I kind of wanted it to just feel like it's, you know, like a little bit of storage if need be. But the area over here are completely different. So these are actually temporary right here. These, what's it called? Spruce are temporary because I actually do want to put barrels here for when it's like time to, you know, trade and I want to save some of the stuff. You know, maybe I have some, I'm going to trade with a mending villager here, so I need books, so I have books here and things like that. Or I need to buy books for a mending villager over here, so I have books in here and emeralds in here as well. But the problem with this is that when it comes to the villagers deciding their job, they are all going to be focused on the barrels here, so I got rid of them. And actually that made me think I might actually temporarily just replace these with stone, all these barrels, and then I might do that over there, and then I can leave myself a note that'll say like, yeah, replace all the stone that's visible with barrels. You know, they're just temporary blocks, and then that way once we're done with the trading, or at least locking them in at least, what I can do is just go back and change all these to be the barrels, because I do want them to be the barrels. But yeah, I just kind of thought that they will get in the way slightly. I also don't need this. These are just the leftovers from the last time. But yeah, so this is kind of the design that I'm going for. Again, it's pretty basic. I also decided to leave the spruce here because I actually like the way that the spruce looks with the stripped dark oak and also the cobbled deep slate. So I decided to keep it. I might do a little bit of changes. Like I did do some deep slate tiles for the walls and making it seem like it's, you know, changing and whatnot. I need to do a little bit more over here as well as continuing them on this side. But basically the idea is, now that we're kind of done with this section right here, we are going to try moving some of these villagers. Like I said, we're gonna try moving some, although that is something that I'm probably going to do off camera. So just so that you guys know what the plan is and what I'll be doing when, you know, I come back. And for me, I don't know when. For you, it'll be like, again, 5 seconds. What I'm going to do is probably move 2 of these guys down there, and then leave 2 of them up here so that I can breed them. Once I have 2 baby villagers up here, then I might be able to move the other villagers down. And I want to keep 2 villagers in here. I might keep them like on one side over here. Like I might do a bit of digging, or maybe what I can do is I can bring all of them down here and I can make like a back section here, right? So like instead of going this way, you know, we might do a bit of I don't know, like a room right here, right? There's a little bit of space before the water, so that's where we'll do them. You know, we'll dig like, I'll make a room here, and then when it's time for them to go into the area, they'll be going over here. And then the idea, of course, if you guys didn't already know, is that their main block will go here. So whatever their block is that they're going to be using, you know, if it's like a librarian, it'll be the lectern. If it's the wood guy, whatever his name is, it'll be the fletching table. That'll all just go here in between these blocks. So that's kind of the plan. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do next is I will bring the villagers down. I can bring 2 villagers into, like, I'll make another room. And so basically off camera, I'm going to set up a villager breeder, or a villager, you know, duplicator room thingy, and then I will start putting some of the villagers in their slots. So I'm gonna have, by the time I come back, there'll be a lot of villagers in here, and we can start deciding what we want to do for their job, unless I do that off camera as well too. Who knows? Alrighty, we are back. It's been a couple of days for me. It's been like 30 something seconds for you guys, but we are back. So I've done a couple of things. I've added the villagers over here. I already gave 1 feather falling 4, and then I decided that I actually want to do the entire, you know, villager mastery process for the second part, well, I guess the main part of this video, which is just going to be a time lapse. So I wanted to say that for one full session, so I'm gonna be doing that another day. It'll be in like 2 minutes for you guys. But I added one villager here. I moved the shepherd over here because I wasn't really thinking, and then just added the rest of the villagers. So we have 5 villagers in here, and I want to give each of them. I want to give this guy unbreaking because he's next to mending, which is, important. I want to give this guy protection 4. I want to give this guy thorns 3. I want to give this guy aqua affinity, and I want to give this guy respiration 3. Those are kind of the big things that I feel like we use on the SMP. I know depth strider is one of them, and I might try and get depth strider, but I'm not like too worried about that at the moment. So for now, we're just going to get those enchantments, because I do plan on selling them in the shop as well. So that's the plan for that. The next thing I did was I actually worked on this room over here. So the idea is that there's 2 sides, there's 10 villagers in total. What I want to do is set one side up to be librarians, one side up to be cartographers. The idea is that we can buy the glass from the librarians, we'll add a workbench in the middle, we can convert them to glass panes, and then we can sell them to the cartographers over here. And it's like an infinite emerald loop. So that's all things that I'm going to be doing off camera. You guys don't have to suffer as much as I do. Plus, in order to do this, I desperately need a Netflix show in the background. I can't be doing this while recording. So, cue the second time lapse of the video. I hate villagers. Oh my goodness me. I hope you guys understand why I hate villagers now. Well, I'm finally back after Wow, I did this over the span of like a couple of days because this took me a very long time and I was very annoyed. But we finally have all of the villagers in place. Now, technically, this might still need some work. So I actually did not realize this until today, but apparently it actually takes a while to get the glass, and it's not always guaranteed that you get the glass as well. So what might end up happening is some of these guys won't end up giving glass, and I'll have to, bring them back. So for now, I did keep the little room over here you guys saw in the replay footage over there. I'm keeping that there, just boarded up for now, just in case I need to do it. So, and the last thing I am going to do as well is I want to make sure that these guys are done first, and then I want to put in the barrels over here. So we're going to, I'm going to just kind of keep the shulker boxes out there for now until I can get this done. But you might think that that's the video. However, that's not it. Because I need to put thorns onto my armor because, well, yeah, I don't really have thorns on my armor, and they're trying to kill me. So let's go ahead and grab us some Thorns book and or Thorns 3 book, and let's go ahead and get us some thorns. Alrighty, so I've got the emeralds and some books as well. I used some of the bookshelf that we got. I'm pretty sure it's this guy. Yeah, this guy's it. So we need about 4, so we're gonna actually need a little bit more emeralds. So we're gonna need a little bit. I've gotten a lot of emeralds. There are a lot of trees that are missing from one of my islands, but that's okay. So we're gonna do 1, 2, and there we go, 3 and 4. There we go, and we have about 28 emeralds left and 4 books. So now we must go put all of this on the armor now. Okay, so I actually hope that we have enough levels. I kind of forgot that I already netherrighted all of this stuff, which kind of makes it harder to enchant. So I'm hoping that this isn't too expensive, because if that's the case, then we are in trouble. So let's find out, shall we? Okay, it's going to cost us 19. However, I think that's worth it, and we are going to be here for a very, very long time. So I think it's time to cue a time lapse. We're not going to do a replay time lapse. We'll do a normal time lapse. So let's go. There we go. We have enough to put thorns on our helmet, which means that we now have a complete full set, minus the wings. Let's quickly put it on. A complete full set of netherite armor with thorns, protection 4, and everything else that we could want. I am ready now. I don't know when they're going to attack, but what I do know is that I am ready.